been 7 years since Avengers Endgame. 7 years since Marvel gave us a truly massive team-up that united almost every fan-favorite character on screen. And honestly, I think that's exactly why so many people are feeling underwhelmed by the first Avengers Doomsday trailer. Now don't get me wrong, I love the trailer. As someone who's completely invested in Marvel comics, animated shows, movies, and everything in between, I'm unbelievably excited. But if you look at the reaction from more casual audiences, you'll notice something interesting. A lot of people just aren't feeling the same hype we all felt during Infinity War or Endgame. First of all, let's get the obvious criticism out of the way. The CGI, yes. Some shots don't look fully polished yet, but that's completely normal for a movie that's still deep in post-production. We've seen this happen countless times. Early teasers almost never represent the final visual quality. Studios keep refining VFX until the very last months before release. Reshoots happen, scenes get replaced, lighting changes, effects are upgraded. It's an ongoing process. That's why you'll often notice a shot in the teaser looking completely different in the final movie, even with the exact same dialogue. Franchise films constantly evolve during post-production, especially something as massive as an Avengers movie. So personally, I'm really not worried about the visual effects yet. The bigger issue, in my opinion, is the movie's overall approach. Go back and watch the first Infinity War trailer. Now compare it with the first Doomsday trailer. Even though we know Doomsday is adapting a storyline that's arguably much bigger than Infinity War, the trailer doesn't immediately feel larger in scale. It feels surprisingly grounded, almost like a standard Avengers movie instead of the beginning of Marvel's biggest event yet. But then I realized, people said almost the exact same thing about Endgame. Marvel barely revealed anything in those trailers. Most of the story remained completely secret, which made the experience unforgettable. The difference is, Endgame didn't have to deal with today's internet. Doomsday has already had leaked footage, leaked descriptions, concept art, casting reveals, and even alleged plot leaks floating around online. Some Reddit threads claim to have the entire story already. Whether those leaks are real or not, they naturally reduce the surprise factor. And then there's another challenge Marvel has to overcome: character attachment. Think about it. After Endgame, a lot of casual fans stopped following every Marvel project. Sure, they watched huge hits like Spider-Man, No Way Home, Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe Loki, but many people skipped movies like Shang-Chi, The Marvels, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Thunderbolts, or even Fantastic Four. For fans like me, that's not a problem. I've spent hours with these characters. I'm emotionally invested in Yelena, Shang-Chi, Namor, Shuri, the Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts. But what about someone who hasn't? If you've never watched those stories, why would you instantly care about these characters showing up in Doomsday? That's probably the biggest challenge Marvel faces. The Russo brothers have even suggested that Doomsday will be approachable for audiences who haven't watched every single Phase 4 and Phase 5 project. If that's true, Marvel needs to do a really good job introducing these characters naturally. Even a few well-written scenes explaining who they are, where they came from, and why they matter could make a huge difference for casual viewers. Another thing people keep asking is, where are Iron Man and Captain America? Well, Robert Downey Jr. is returning, but not as Tony Stark, and Steve Rogers is reportedly back as well. But here's why I actually like Marvel's approach. Sam Wilson is Captain America now. If Steve suddenly came back, he wearing the shield and immediately reclaimed the mantle, it would completely undermine Sam's entire journey. Whether you love Sam's Captain America or not, Marvel has spent years building him into that role. Let Steve be Steve. Save the bigger surprises for later. The same goes for Dr. Doom. I'm actually glad Marvel hasn't revealed Robert Downey Jr.'s face yet. Imagine seeing that moment for the very first time inside the theater instead of watching it months early in a trailer. Some surprises are worth protecting, and honestly, I don't think Marvel has even started showing its biggest cards yet. There are still dozens of rumored characters that haven't appeared in any official footage. If even half of those rumors are true, Doomsday could easily feature one of the biggest superhero ensembles ever put on screen. So while I understand why some people feel underwhelmed right now, I also think we're judging this movie far too early. This is only the first trailer. Marvel is still hiding most of the story, and if history has taught us anything, it's that the best Avengers moments are usually the ones nobody sees coming. Personally, I'm still incredibly excited. Dr. Doom is one of my favorite comic book villains of all time, and if the Russo brothers manage to balance this enormous cast while giving Doom the spotlight he deserves, we might be looking at Marvel's biggest comeback yet. But what do you think? Are you already sold on Avengers Doomsday, or do you think Marvel still has a lot to prove? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.